Welcome to this screencast as part of 1.2.1's chapter of GCSE PE. This screencast would come after the factors affecting optimum weight lesson and particular reference to anorexia and underweight weight categories. Whilst it's not a big section of work, it's something that many students get very confused with because they don't know the difference between the different categories. So, this screencast will be focusing on the anorexia and underweight categories. So as you can see, weight-related conditions, if you just follow it along, in order to get you ready for the exam, you must be able to explain the different terms and actually explain their impact and on involvement in physical activity. Now, the image is incredibly graphic. Ultimately, anorexia is a mental disorder. It's a very, very serious condition and is categorised as the most serious eating disorder. A very popular exam question is about identifying which weight category is the most dangerous to our health. The answer to that is always anorexia nervosa. Now, when a sufferer suffers from anorexia, they refuse to eat, often seeing a much larger image of themselves in the mirror and don't yet recognise the signs and symptoms that are incredibly serious. It's an almost obsessive weight loss programme where they deny the body key nutrients that would normally be supplied by a healthy, balanced diet. Now, this can result in a number of side effects. Ultimately, a person with anorexia, the key symptoms that you would notice is that they suffer from extreme fatigue. They're incredibly tired, often lacking any energy. They're also susceptible to fainting and dizziness because they're dehydrated. They've got nothing in their system. They've got no carbohydrates to fuel their engine. And with dizziness often comes dehydration. Their body will undergo something known as muscular atrophy. Atrophy basically means the reduction of muscle size, where they go backwards. So almost like somebody in a coma where they've not used their muscles for such a long time that they're not able to support their body weight and walk, or somebody suffering from anorexia will have that same effect. And the most serious side effect ultimately is death. It is a disease and it is something that will lead to the most dangerous of damage. And these are the symptoms and signs that you would need to mention in the examination. Now, as a word of warning, there's something that you must be aware of for the exam. You cannot say that a benefit of exercise is that you lose weight, because obviously anorexia is a form of losing weight. What you must justify is that you will lose weight if you are overweight. That is absolutely crucial. Losing too much weight is potentially a serious health issue, as has just been explained with the anorexia. Being underweight is another category. It's less serious than anorexia nervosa, and it's often a misunderstood one. It is not good to be underweight, as dangerous as it is to be overweight. The term underweight ultimately means not weighing as much as expected based on your height, sex, muscle girth, and bone structure. Now, all of the other factors that you've previously studied have to be taken into account to ascertain your ideal weight range. And there are people that, regardless of this data, will try and make themselves weigh less. Well, the impact ultimately, being both anorexic and indeed underweight, is that there is a negative decline in terms of your performance level and your weight. If you are anorexic and if you are underweight, of course it will lead to serious health issues, but there will be an impact on you being able to be involved in sustained physical activity. Your body just won't have enough energy to keep going. Now, if you become too tired and too weak whilst taking part in physical activity, that can lead to increases in injury. It will affect your overall fitness as you're unable to sustain the moderate levels of physical activity to be healthy. And it will actually make you quite ill because your immune system will start to deteriorate. It's really not a good thing at all. You need to be operating and functioning within your optimum weight levels, which is where your body performs at its best. Now, an exam practice question that you might expect to do with these two terms could well be the one that's on the screen now. Give 2 reasons why it is unlikely that an individual who has a healthy lifestyle will become anorexic. Now, there's 2 marks for this question and it ultimately has a target grade C. Be a little pause right now, see if you can come up with the answers yourself. Now, answers that you may well have included within this should be that they will have followed a balanced diet, eating the right amount and types of food, and that they may well have good self-esteem as a result of their lifestyle being positive, so therefore not be obsessive about their body weight and their image. That's the screencast over and done with for anorexia and underweight. By all means, stop it, rewind it, watch it over again, and write down anything else that you've missed. And if you have any questions that you want to bring to the lesson, you are more than welcome to. Stay tuned for the next one.